And in today's education news, we need a teacher propaganda parade, says Carter. There he is, a former government advisor, an advisor to the government who've created the worst retention crisis we've ever seen in education. And he's saying that teachers need to put up some banners about how great it is. A couple of example banners you might want to go with here, Carter. First one, choose teaching. Because why do you need a social life anyway? Be a teacher, where being overworked and underpaid is actually a job perk. Choose teaching, where you get to change the lives of your students whilst also questioning your life choices. I mean, a propaganda parade to raise the status of teaching, and we've got to take care not to wash our linen in public to help recruitment, said someone who is so detached from what actually goes on in schools. Oh no, wait, he did acknowledge that there's real problems and we're working against enormous odds, but we should be telling everyone it's a great job to ensure people want to join the profession. Why? So that they can all continue to leave in their thousands within a couple of years of becoming a teacher. I mean, should we really be listening to this Carter when after he did this Carter review into initial teacher training in 2015, the teacher supply crisis has just got worse? I just really don't get the point. When we're in class and we're being told as part of the curriculum to teach British values, then we're expected to just lie about the reality of what the job is like. I don't know how many times I have to say this. There's not really a recruitment crisis in education. It's a massive retention crisis, yet time and time again, no one ever wants to talk about solving that. Every other week, I have to talk about one of these ridiculous initiatives from the DfE where they're pumping money into anything but actually addressing the problem of how do we keep people in the profession. I'm not willing to lie. I think what people appreciate from my social media is I reflect the realities of what it's like being in school. And yes, there are plenty of aspects of our job that are brilliant. Even though now I'd say there's more negatives creeping in because of our broken education system, which is what I highlight and talk about. Teaching in itself should be and can be the best job in the world. But what this government has done to our education system has made that untenable for, well, thousands of teachers, where statistics like 40,000 teachers who will have grown up thinking teaching's the best job, that's what they want to do with their life, to get in, have to work within that toxic system to the point where it burns them out and they can no longer do it. So if all of us teachers all of a sudden started kicking the party line of saying how wonderful, how great, how amazing teaching is, and dupe people coming into the profession, what do you think's going to happen? Do you think they're actually going to stay? No, what will happen is the retention crisis will get even worse. And who loses out? The children again, because there's a constant turnover of staff, because the system is broken and people aren't being aware that if you come into our education system, this is the reality, this is what it's like. It's not what you might think it was like when you were at school. You are working in a system that is going to overwork you, that isn't going to trust you, that is going to work you to an inch of burnout every single half term, and you get gaslit then by being told you've got to put up with it because, you know, you're in it for the children. Now, I don't want to finish on a negative, and I'll actually contribute something to this propaganda parade of what it's like working with children, because that word's just reminded me of a story. A teacher in Yorkshire said to a class, "Children, does anyone know what propaganda is?" And a child piped up and said, "Ooh, it's when you have a reet good look."